Hello everyone, I'm Gila, the online Pilates instructor, and what I'm going to do for you today is take you through a nice short, simple little workout for beginners. So this is for people who have never done Pilates before, or maybe only gone to one class, or very new to it. Maybe you've never been to a class, you don't really know what Pilates is about, you hear people talk about it. Maybe you've even been told, oh, you should really do Pilates, but you can't find a class, don't really want to go, a bit worried about going. So this will give you a little bit of a taster as to perhaps what you might be included, what you might come across in a class. So this is for beginners, nice low level, nice and basic and easy. We'll take you through everything, and a nice little short workout that you can hopefully fit in at some point during the day. So we're going to start laying down. So lay yourselves down on your mats and let's get started. So you're going to find your neutral spine. So by this I mean your back is not hollowed away from the floor. If you see here, I can get my whole hand underneath, and it's not pressed down into the mat so I can't get my hand under at all. You want somewhere in the middle, and I always get people in my class to just check. You probably can find you can get your hand under up to about your first knuckle. Everyone's slightly different. We're all made different shapes, but it should be comfortable. So the spine is nice and long and on the floor. Hands are by your side. Walk the fingertips down to your feet and draw your shoulders away from your ears. Think about just connecting with the deep abdominals. Imagine a belt, and we're just pulling it in a notch tighter than we would do normally. And then when you're ready, you're going to float up one knee and lower, and then the other knee and lower. So we're bringing the knee up, so the knee is in line over the hip, shin is parallel to the floor. We want our pelvis to stay in this neutral position. Okay? So you can just stick with this. We can add in an opposite arm float if you want to. Don't worry about taking the arm all the way to the floor unless it goes there naturally. You don't want to force anything. Keeping this connection here, the stability through the pelvis. Make sure you're breathing. And we're just going to do one more on each side. Here's your last one. Okay. I want you to take your right ankle and place it across your left knee, and just take your arms out to the side. And we're just going to rotate from the waist. We're going to take the knee over. It hasn't got to touch the floor. Try and keep the shoulders glued to the floor. Just take it as far as is comfortable. Then use these waist muscles, tummy muscles to draw together and bring the leg back to centre. Take it the other way. So keep the shoulders on the floor. It doesn't matter if the legs don't touch. Keep drawing the waist in to bring the legs back. Let's do one more each side. This is really nice to get some movement through the lower back and just activate those tummy muscles as well. Okay, release the foot. Bring the heels in slightly closer to your tailbone than normal. And if for any reason you've got anything underneath your head, make sure you just remove it for this exercise. You're going to tuck the tailbone under, peel the spine off. We're taking it into shoulder bridge, working through the mobility of the back. You want your knees, hips and shoulders to be in a nice gentle sloping line. Take a breath in and then exhale as you walk it down. Walk the spine down piece by piece and then repeat. So you tuck under, imprint the spine, keep peeling the spine off, vertebrae by vertebrae. Breathe in at the top. Exhale as you walk the spine back down. Well done. Okay, we're going to come back now to our single knee lift. So we're going to repeat this. We're still pulling that imaginary belt in, keeping the pelvis still. Now I'm purposely not going through all the different breathing with you, because I find that's one of the hardest things to get in Pilates. And if you're a beginner, you've got enough to think about. We're just thinking about what your arms and legs are doing and trying to keep everything else going. So as long as you are breathing, and not holding your breath, that's fine. Don't worry, the breath will come as you get better at it. So we're just going to do one more on each side. Here's your last one. Then you're going to cross your left leg over this time, your left ankle on your right knee, arms out to the side. And again, we're working from the waist. Keep the shoulders glued to the floor. You need to keep in control of your legs. Think about drawing the tummy and the waist here, drawing it in to bring the legs back to centre. We're going to do one last one. And then release, and we're going to come back to our shoulder bridge again. So heels in a little bit closer, tuck the tailbone under, peel the spine off. So we're using the bottom here and the hamstrings as well. Breathe in at the top, exhale as you take it down. Working through the back. And then repeat again, so tuck under, peel the spine off. There might be parts of the back that feel a bit stiff, a bit sticky. Just work slowly through them. And then we'll do one more. Tucking under, peeling off, coming back down. Well done. Extend the arms and legs away in opposite directions. And then roll onto your left side. Okay, so you're facing me. We're going to lay in a straight line. So your hips are one on top of each other, your shoulders are one on top of each other, and just a feeling of drawing the waist away from the floor. Okay, so you're just drawing that tummy, engage the tummy. Hand, I just have light touch in front to begin with, and we're going to lift the top leg just to hip height, flex the foot and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. So a little bit of ankle mobility there. Active stretch through the back of the leg, but the main work is coming from the tummy and the back. Okay, if you feel okay here, take that hand away. Okay, so you're trying to stay balanced. Just doing that top leg. Keep engaging through the tummy. Let's do two more. One more. Well done. Bring the knees up towards the chest and then bring yourselves round into a box position. So by that I mean hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we're just going to take it into a cat stretch. We're going to tuck under, round the back, and then tilt the tailbone in the opposite direction, gently hollow the back. This is a lovely one for the back, as it is getting some movement and stretching all the way through the back. And then you want to find your midway point. So make that movement smaller and smaller. You want to find your midway point. When you're there, think about drawing in that your tummy, okay? And then shoulders down and away from the ears. And then you're going to lengthen opposite hand and foot and bring it back in. Just keep it on the floor to begin with. And think about keeping the pelvis nice and still and the shoulders as still as you can as you're working. One thing I often find is people reach too far and drop this shoulder here, and then they end up twisting their back. So you want to just be like your hands and legs are floating underneath. If you're feeling okay with that, lengthen and try and lift. You don't need to lift high. Keep the hand lower than the shoulder and the heel lower than the hip. Don't forget to keep that imaginary belt pulled in as you're working. We're going to do two more. Here's your last one. Well done. Just sit back into a child's pose, just stretching out the back. You can just circle your wrists a little bit as well. if you want to. And then take yourselves down onto your fronts. So we're going to take it into swan dive now, all about strengthening through that upper back. So if you just look at my shoulder blades, we're going to slide the shoulder blades down the back and then peel the collarbone away from the floor. You don't have to lift high, you can just hold here and then down. So each time the shoulder blades are coming back and down, peeling the collarbone away and relax. So this is really good to work through the upper back, helps to rebalance the posture. You're placing a little bit of pressure through the arms here just to help you, but you don't have to lift high. Keep the head looking down. Let's do one more. And then push back into that child's pose again. Well done. Okay, you now want to bring yourselves onto your right side. So we're going to do our side kick that we did on the other side. So you're laying in a straight line, okay? Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, feeling of drawing that waist away from the floor. Start with that hand in front and we're just lifting the top leg. Flex the foot and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower. If you find you suffer from cramp quite easily in your feet, then just keep the feet relaxed. You don't need to do lots of pointing of the feet if that's going to set off any cramp that you might have. Okay, so you can try with that hand taken away. So we're working through those deep abdominals and the lower back to lift that leg and to keep our stability here, so we're not rocking and rolling forwards and backwards. Well done, we're going to do two more. Last one. Well done. Bring the knees up towards the chest. And then when you're ready, bring yourself to sitting. Okay, we're going to take it into spine twist. So you want to be sitting with the legs out like this. Now, if you that is uncomfortable for you, you can bend the legs, or alternatively, if you have a little block or even a firmish cushion or even some books, just to elevate you, it will just take the pressure off your back, if that's more comfortable. And then you can sit with the legs bent or straight. Okay, arms are out, shoulders are down. We're going to rotate from the waist. So turning, come back to centre, and then turn to the other side, back to centre. Reaching around to the back of the room, keeping the shoulders down. Each time you come through centre, make sure these shoulders don't come up, keeping them down, but have a feeling of lengthening up through the spine. You'll get better rotation if you keep the spine long. And we're just going to do one more to each side. Well done, bring the arms down. Then just take the chin to chest, roll down through the spine, and then just take the hands as far as is comfortable forwards, just to stretch out through the lower back and the inner thighs. And just holding it there. Keep breathing. And then curl back up. Bring yourselves to a position you're comfortable. You can stay on your block if you want to. And we're just going to reach up and over to one side, just stretching out through the waist. And over to the other side, lengthen up and over. Back to sitting, chin to chest, curl down. Again, if you want to, you can fold forwards over the legs. So if you're sitting cross-legged like I am, You'll feel that stretch again in the lower back and into the hips. Curling back up when you're ready. Do a couple of shoulder rolls. Let the shoulders settle down and away from your ears. Just chin to chest. And lift the head up. Bring the arms up as you breathe in. And breathe out. And again, breathe in. And breathe out. One more time, breathe in. Hands down through the centre as you breathe out. Super job, well done. I hope you enjoyed that class. So that's a really good one just to do if you're new to Pilates, just trying it out, just finding your feet a little bit, or if you just want to revisit some of the basics and really think about your technique. So that's a nice short workout. You should be able to fit that in a few times during the week. Let me know how you get on. Any questions or any comments, please post them below. And of course, please subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.